y'all? It's your girl, Lila.
And my baby.
From Power Girls Movement. And today we are going to be doing a creepy TikTok reaction video. So let's get into it. Am I scared? Maybe. Yeah. Probably because, okay. This one's called Scary Facts That Will Ruin Your Childhood.
And we're children, so.
I'm still a child.
I don't know.
Would it ruin my childhood? I guess we'll find out. Let's do it. I'm scared, actually.
Top 3 creepy last words people said right before dying. A nurse who wants to remain anonymous said that she had a sweet patient named Ella who started to lose herself to dementia. She started talking to herself. Most of the time, it was playful. She would laugh to herself. One day, the nurse walked into her room and she was in a complete panic. She had her blanket pulled up to her chin and she was completely pale. The nurse went to her bedside to ask her what was wrong, and she said, "There is a woman in black looking in my window, and I am just petrified of her smile." The nurse said that it shook her hard. Reddit user Simple Simon 6262 said that when he was a student, he got called in on a stroke patient. She had coded and they were doing CPR. They worked for 45 minutes, but she died. They cleaned her up and called on her family to say goodbye. By the time her family left, she had been both brain dead and without a pulse for over 45 minutes. He said that blood had filled her brain and she was completely gray and had started to smell. Suddenly, she sat up and called for her family. The nurses rushed to get equipment and monitors back on her. She stabilized, said goodbye to her family, and promptly died a second time. Reddit user AJH1717 said that he works in a cardiovascular surgical ICU. He said that they had a stretch of nights where each corner room of their unit reported seeing a black cat walking around. Not a friendly cat either, apparently. The thing was hissing at them. The accounts were so similar to each other that they probably spent half an hour looking for the cat. Then they had security look as well. No cat was ever seen or found. 2 of those 4 patients coded the next day.
Humans who turned themselves into animals.
Jocelyn Wildenstein wanted to look like a cat.
Okay.
And now looks like this.
No, she don't. I gotta look that up. No, she don't.
Dennis Abner wanted to look like a tiger. And now looks like this.
If that's real, I'm gonna die. What?
Eva Tiamat Medusa wanted to look like a dragon. And now looks like this.
I gotta see if this is real.
Toko Sam wanted to look like a dog. And now looks like this. Ted Richards wanted to look like a parrot.
Wait, hold on.
Wanted to look like
Why he like already colored like a parrot already? Hold on. Look at him.
a parrot.
And then look at the parrot. He already look like it, so yeah.
And now looks like this.
Oh, that
Parrot.
dude. That dude look like him.
Richards wanted to look like
It might
a
be.
parrot.
Oh, it's this one.
And now looks like this.
Dang, I do. I think I do look like him. Dang.
Toru Ada wanted to look like a wolf. And now looks like this.
Oh my god. Whenever I hear this audio, I already know something scary is gonna be happening. Okay. Things you should never do when you're posting your kid on social media.
Things that bother you.
If you are a family influencer or post your child on social media, here are a few things you should never do in my own opinion. Number 1, might be common sense, but never post your child in a bathing suit. It's disgusting how many of these Instagram accounts exist that just solely share these types of photos and even have their own groups and communities. So just don't.
Like two.
Number 2, having your very young child's own Instagram page. For example, the LeBrant family. They have an Instagram account for each of their very young children, and just because it's managed by mom and dad does not mean it stops thousands of sick individuals from following the accounts and using their photos for exploitation. Number 3, AI generated photos are becoming more and more realistic, so think about that before you post a picture of your child eating, crying, or honestly doing anything. When it comes to this type of inappropriate content, people will do anything to get a photo. Honestly, as someone who has talked about true crime stories for over 3 years, I highly suggest you never post your kid on social media. If you have other tips, please comment that down below.
First scary facts that we're gonna try her. In 1984, an episode of Thomas the Tank Engine. I used to watch that.
It was kind of creepy, like the faces of the train.
It was scary. Yeah.
Please don't finish that sentence.
Engine featured. Okay, I'm gonna be scared. Hold on. Featured an engine, Henry, who refused to go out in the rain. I even had to pause it. To solve the problem, the workers boarded Henry up in a cave and abandoned him. What? Hold on, I don't remember that. That wasn't that scary. That wasn't that scary. Wait.
Okay, I plugged my ears. That face looked.
Hold on. It looked like creepy. Hold on. In 1984, an episode of Thomas the Train Engine, featured an engine, Henry, who refused to go out in the rain. Okay, I gotta see that episode. Y'all, comment down in the comments if y'all remember that episode. Cause why would they board him up? That don't make sense.
Scary and haunting facts that'll keep you up at night. While sleeping, we see ghosts in our dreams and suddenly wake up with fear and think it was just a bad dream. According to paranormal experts, it is the virtual reality. They're real spirits communicating with you, but our soul rejects and wakes us up for safety. That is why bad dreams are never completed. In a deep sleep, if you often see your dead relative or friend in your dream, it means their restless soul is actually in your room right now, roaming around you and trying to contact you. According to paranormal investigators, spirits are most active at night and mostly exists in cold air-conditioned rooms. They look and stare at you all night. If you have difficulty trying to fall asleep without any reason, it's a spirit somewhere in your corner staring at you. We actually have a sense to detect a paranormal entity around us. If you feel shivered all of a sudden, it means a spirit just passed through you. If you're home alone and feel like someone is staring at you but find no one after looking, 99% of the time it's a spirit. They want your attention.
This priest tied himself.
So does that mean when I walk down the hall, right? Just hear me out.
Now I can go.
When I turn off all the lights,
can't go to bed from the nighttime
right? And like I'll be in the kitchen, I turn off all the lights. I have to walk through the hallway to get to my room, and I always feel like something is behind me, right? And I'd be like, I'll be hecka scared. Like literally, I'll start walking. I'll just start sprinting to my room. Is there something really behind me?
I just get scared because we always watch scary movies with our parents. So I know. I'm like, that's what I gotta do to get away from the kitchen.
Yeah, I just gotta sprint, and then look, I climb on my bed, and like I'll be like, oh shoot. So is there? I don't know. Is there something like what the heck?
Himself to 1,000 colorful helium balloons and then was found in the ocean months later. On April 20th, 2008, 41-year-old Father Adiller DeCarli wanted to raise money to build a chapel in his hometown, so he chose to tie himself up to 1,000 helium balloons and float over the ocean. He also hoped to break the previous 19-hour record, but unfortunately, things ended tragically. On the morning of April 20th, Father Adiller was fully prepared to take off, and for safety reasons, he put on a helmet, waterproof coveralls, and an aluminum thermal flight suit, as well as a GPS tracker and a radio to communicate with people on the ground. Only a few hours after taking off, despite the radio and GPS tracker, Father Adiller disappeared and could not be located. The last thing that he said through the radio was that he was losing height and was going to land in the ocean. Search and rescue teams were immediately dispatched, and after 2 days, they found the colorful balloons in the sea off Brazil's southeast coast, but Father Adiller was not there. Then, a few months later, a body was found in the ocean, which turned out to be him. It was reported that the priest had reached an altitude of 20,000 feet and then was blown off course by the strong winds, causing his tragic death.
Wow. Oh my god.
Dang.
Fly in the coop, but I need some more. Your antics make
that wasn't that bad.
The Thomas the Train part, that was kind of a little bit weird.
Thomas the Train was weird, but then the whole other thing.
What is this? No, I'm gonna have a look away. I don't know.
It's gonna pop out. I already know. I have a feeling.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, I gotta look at it though.
I want to.
But I need to add my reaction.
I want to, but I don't want to at the same exact time.
Sometimes in movies, when dogs have to look very mean and threatening, they actually have to redo their tails with CGI because they won't stop wagging because they're doing such a good job acting. When bees run into each other, they actually make like a little whoop sound. Fish are actually able to recognize their owners. There's this weird misconception with people that they think that fish can't see out of the glass of their aquarium, but they actually have surprisingly good eyesight.
Really? Oh. I mean, it makes sense because they live in water.
12-year-old girl in Tennessee.
No, but like they live in water, so 12-year-old child.
She has been charged with murder after she killed her 8-year-old cousin. On July 15th, the 12-year-old reportedly smothered her 8-year-old cousin, Demaria Hollingsworth, to death, then reportedly cleaned up the victim and repositioned her body. Now the 12-year-old is facing murder charges and may even be tried as an adult. 8-year-old Demaria Hollingsworth and her cousin, the 12-year-old whose name has not been released, were visiting family and staying with their grandmother on July 15th, 2024. They reportedly began arguing over an iPhone and were having this disagreement. Then, while Demaria was sleeping on the top bunk of their bed, the 12-year-old allegedly used bedding to fatally smother her to death. Police obtained security footage that shows the murder and shows the victim struggling to survive as the 12-year-old used her entire body weight to put the bedding on top of the victim. The older girl is then seen attempting to clean up and rearrange the body to look like the girl was just sleeping. Demaria was found unresponsive in her bed by her grandmother. 2 days later, the security footage was found, and the older girl was charged with murder. The suspect is now being charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. The DA is seeking to transfer her to the circuit court to be tried as an adult, calling the act, quote, one of the most disturbing violent acts committed by either an adult or juvenile that my office has prosecuted. The 12-year-old is expected to be back in court this week. Rest in peace, Demaria.
On this might...
That's crazy. That's freaking 12-year-old did that.
I know.
That's crazy. She like, bye. You want to mess with my phone? Freaking dang. That's crazy. I would never. That's crazy.
Not gonna
ruin some people's day.
I wonder how she reacted in court though. Like, cause like just thinking of doing that is crazy. And then to actually like, how did she react after she did it? Like to actually execute it and like actually like unalive the girl? Like,
I don't know. How would you feel after you
like? I know. After that's crazy. I could never
ever.
Heck no.
A new study.
And it's my cousin. It's not just some stranger. It's my cousin.
It's not some random girl who said, "Oh, you want to have a sleepover?" Who came to my house?
Yeah,
I secretly don't want.
No, it's my freaking cousin. Like what?
Court this week. Rest in peace, Demaria.
This might ruin some people's day. A new study has found that people who believe in astrology are less intelligent and more narcissistic. The team of scientists at Lund University in Sweden wrote, the main results show that the higher the narcissism, perhaps surprisingly, the higher the belief in astrology. The positive association is possibly due to the self-centered worldview uniting them. They added that the higher the level of intelligence was, the lower the belief in astrology was. Such a Taurus thing to say. But the question is, do you think this study is correct?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But none of these videos are wrong.
Videos that can't be explained. The last one is crazy. Can someone explain to me why so many birds were pushed out of the sky?
What the heck?
Would you rather spend one night in this bathroom or kiss the third person who appears when you click share and then more? This woman captured a light orb of some sort on her doorbell camera, and it kept replaying the Sesame Street theme song. Could it have been trying to communicate with us? Only 1% of people can do this. None of you can completely spell your name one letter at a time in the comments below without being interrupted. First person to do it wins. Before we get to the last scary thing, make sure to support this page by clicking the follow button for more interesting facts every day. Did this guy randomly find a piece of the Ocean Gate submarine that imploded a couple months ago?
Oh, what is that? Where did you find that? What's it say? Oh, no. We need to turn that in, Cody. What's it say? Oh, it's part of a helicopter. No. Whatever.
I don't know. Here are some fun facts that are not fun, but you should still know about them. Well, Teletubbies is a cute, innocent show for kids, right? No. It's actually based on a mental institute in Bulgaria called La La Land. These kids were locked up for days and people forget to feed them. So Lala's real name was actually Tulip. Her face was so deformed that she looked like she was smiling. She was locked up for so long her face turned yellow, and that's why she was the yellow Teletubby. Next, we got the blue Teletubby, based out of a Tolaway, who was really naughty. One day, he was punished by staying outside. Because of the cold, he froze to death, and he turned blue, and that's why he's the blue Teletubby. Next, we got the green Teletubby named Dipsy. He puked and vomited all the time because he was always sick. When he puked on the floor, nobody cleaned it up, so he just lied in his vomit for months. So he got sicker and sicker, and he turned green, and that's why he's a green Teletubby.
Oh.
And last, we got Po, which actually was my favorite. Her real name was Polia. One day, she was playing with mud, and she came home really tired, so she fell asleep by the fire. Not knowing it was Po, someone came and thought she was a log and threw her into the fire. And that's how she died.
What? How do you think this kid?
Ashley Benefield has been convicted of manslaughter in the Black Swan murder trial. Benefield was accused of murdering her estranged husband in September 2020. Doug Benefield was shot to death in Ashley's home on September 27th while he was there helping her pack moving boxes. Ashley claimed self-defense, saying that Doug attacked her and she was afraid for her life. The murder came amidst a contentious custody battle between the two for their then 2-year-old daughter. Benefield's defense in the Black Swan trial claimed that she was trapped in an abusive relationship and acted in self-defense when she shot Doug. They painted Doug Benefield as a manipulative, controlling, and abusive man. The prosecution, on the other hand, accused Ashley of wanting sole custody of her daughter and resorting to murder to get what she wanted. Ashley was initially charged with second-degree murder, and her trial began just last week. After less than a day of deliberations, the jury returned their verdict last night, finding Ashley Benefield guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter. Ashley now faces up to 30 years in prison. The judge has remanded Ashley to the custody of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office and revoked her $100,000 bond. Sentencing date has yet to be set, but like I said, she faces up to 30 years in prison.
Animal facts that'll blow your mind right out of your head. Contrary to popular belief, tigers aren't always solo hunters. They hunt in packs a lot, and a pack of tigers is called an ambush. As you can see why. Flamingos are naturally gray. That's their natural color, but they turn pink because of their diet of seafood. The black-footed cat is the most dominant hunter on the planet, despite standing 6 inches tall. There's a crocodile named Gustav that's believed to have killed over 300 people, and he's still out there. Oh, and I guess crocodiles got a new update, and apparently they can climb trees now. The chicken is closer related to the T-Rex than it is any other bird on the planet. There is not one report of an orca ever attacking a human in the wild. Dolphins like to get intoxicated, and they do it by passing around a pufferfish and using its venom. The biggest threat to a porcupine's life is themselves. They like to climb trees, and sometimes they fall and pierce all their quills right through themselves. Under all that fur, polar bears have black skin. It looks like a chupacabra. And the best fact of all, in 2022, the panda status changed from endangered to vulnerable. Go panda.
Yeah. I don't like this.
Bro, I'm gonna close my eyes.
But I don't want to see it.
I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
No. I thought it was gonna be something creepy.
It's gonna be something behind her.
In the toilet. Okay, no. No. No, just zoomed in. I can't. No.
The most disturbing theory.
What was it?
It was like something under a blanket. How do we know that's not like someone that was with, like, at the hotel with her, or him, whatever, like the child, or just someone sleeping?
Maybe the dog or something.
I know, or their friend, or their brother, sister, wife, husband. Like what?
Anything.
In children's shows. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Let's hear this.
The secret formula to the Krabby Patty is crab meat. This is why the Krusty Krab looks like a crab trap.
Oh, true.
So that's what I taste like. This is why he
Oh my God.
makes sure nobody knows it. And only Plankton knows. This is also why there is no crabs in the show besides him and his mom.
Okay, my name is Sabrina Wood, and I play Belinda in the front room. This is not Cinderella. Okay, pray for me.
Dang, that makes sense though with the Krabby Patty thing.
Fun fact of the day that my small brain cannot physically comprehend. This one really did make me say, what the fuck? I want you to do me a favor and pour yourself a glass of water. Do it. Now, there is an immensely high chance that that water you're about to drink is older than the solar system. This is because it existed in ice specks floating in cosmic clouds before any of this shit came to be. Oh, and one more thing. Scientists estimate that every glass of water you drink has 100% passed through a dinosaur. So put immensely bluntly, the most vital thing humans need to survive is Jurassic wee-wee. My brain! Let's make a deal. If you didn't know these facts or they shocked you in any way, you have to share it. Now remind someone to stay hydrated today. And then immediately send them this video. We're so evil. Elon!
Dang.
This is why you should never explore the forest at night. Late at night in 2006, two men hear some strange noises coming from a forest near their house, so they decide to go have a look. After their footage went completely viral, they would admit that they actually only went into the woods just to scare themselves. They didn't actually expect to film anything. At some point on their walk, they start to notice more and more dead birds on the ground, and so one of them gets out his camera to start filming them. As they're filming the birds, you can tell that they're getting more and more spooked by the whole situation, and then one of the men hears something in the tree line, and the cameraman pans his camera to look. Human eyes don't reflect light.
Someone in my group chat said I couldn't ruin bats. And they're right. Here's bat facts, but they get wholesome. Without bats, we wouldn't have tequila. There's about 500 plants that depend on bats to pollinate them, and one of them happens to be the reason you drunk texted your ex at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. Vampire bats will adopt the babies of their best friends if something happens to them. Also, vampire bats can die if they go one night without eating, so if one is starving, a well-fed bat will regurgitate in its mouth just enough to keep it alive. And it turns out they'll do this with their friends to make sure they return the favor if they ever need it. The smallest bat in the world is a bumblebee bat, and it weighs as much as 2 Skittles. Other than giving us reasons to send texts we regret the next morning, bats are free pest control. By eating the bugs that would destroy crops, bats actually bail the farming industry out of billions of dollars a year. Mother bats will carry their babies around everywhere for the first couple of weeks, and that includes while she's flying. Bats can sleep, give birth, and have sex upside down, and that might not be wholesome, but damn it, that's talent. Also, there's a reason bats vibe upside down. It's because it's easier for them to get in the air and fly away if they're already hanging upside down as opposed to if they were on the ground. Compared to birds, it's actually way harder for them to get in the air, so chilling upside down just makes sense. More you know.
There is a book that shows you how to summon the devil.
No.
I am, of course, speaking about the Grand Grimoire.
Don't do it.
It was likely written sometime between the 16th to the 19th century. Now, it details the method to summoning the devil and explains what you need to exchange with it to make a deal.
I don't want to.
Of course, that being your soul for eternity.
Of course. Yeah.
It also discusses the other demonic entities said to exist in hell. And again, methods on summoning some of those. The real question is, who really wrote it? If you're enjoying my religion series, remember to gift.
Next pointed to it. Okay.
It's like
the video?
This one right here.
Yeah, it's fake.
That's what like this It's ain't gonna be behind him or something. Why am I getting scared though?
I don't know.
Here are some
scared me,
morbidly
Teddy.
wholesome facts about Robin Williams. When
forgot.
Sharon Osbourne was sick in bed with cancer and giving up, Ozzy asked Robin Williams to come visit her. Robin randomly hopped in her sick bed, and her family instantly went from crying to laughing hysterically. Robin cheered her up so much that she went back to chemo the very next day. When Superman actor Christopher Reeve was left paralyzed after a horse riding accident, Robin Williams was one of the first people to visit him in the hospital. He came in dressed as a doctor and told Reeve he was there to give him a rectal exam, causing him to laugh for the first time in weeks. When Robin Williams first met Coco the gorilla in 2001, he made her smile for the first time in 6 months. When Robin died in 2014, Coco overheard the news and said the word cry in sign language.
Disney just got completely exposed. Okay, so we all know how Disney is known for all their classic movies. Well, what if I told you every single one of these movies is a copy and paste of another one? Disney literally recycles animation from other movies, and then change little things like characters and setting. Just watch this video and let me know what you think. Because after watching this video, I want to go back and rewatch all the Disney movies just to see which movies recycled each other.
Dang true. Yeah, I seen this, yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. Let's change it. Oh.
Well, I hate when it's dark and it's like show stuff around. It's crazy, you know.
There is no way in 1,000 years you'd be able to guess what's happening in this photo. Yes, it does look like the apartment of a former frat boy who can't decorate, but it's actually a still from the most evil reality television show to ever exist, where this man was kept in this apartment naked with no food for 15 months, while 17 million people in Japan tuned in. It's also the subject of tonight's episode, so let's dive in. So this is called Sweepstakes Life, and it was a show in Japan in the 90s. To cast the show, a group of men were told to come to a casting office with no other information. A box with a question mark was then wheeled into the room, and each of the men had to pull an envelope. This guy, Nasubi, is the guy that gets the winning slip, and this is where his nightmare begins. He was immediately blindfolded and thrown in the back of a car, where he was brought to this apartment and told to strip. This is also where he's told that anything he needs to survive needs to be won in sweepstakes that are in those magazines, meaning he couldn't eat anything until he won it, which didn't happen for 2 weeks. He wouldn't be let out of the apartment until he won 1 million yen worth of prizes, and he had no idea it would take him over a year to do so. I'm gonna have to do another part to the story, but check out tonight's episode for more.
I could never survive that.
I would have been.
First day, I would go.
It was like there was papers, right?
Yeah.
Still
I'll start eating
my
paper.
stomach.
Yeah. The first day, like, no. Okay, you know what? Give me 2 days. 2 days. Second day, I'm dead. I'm sorry. Like, I couldn't survive. Literally, they'll be watching it or whatever,
I'm not
and then
taking
they'll just
nothing
see me
out of
like
question
this.
mark box.
Like, heck no, I wouldn't take nothing out of the question mark box. No.
Question mark box.
I don't trust that. Heck no. Within 2 days, no
I
more
need
than
to know
3.
what the winning
I'm
thing
dead.
is first.
I know.
You
It's
know
crazy.
what? I need to know.
I'm fine. It's just the usual transformation as far as I'm concerned. Painful, but there we are. We all have a crisis to go, eh?
Quite. Nearly time now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moonrise.
Nothing. He's summoning the werewolf. Nothing.
What?
so fake. This is so fake right now.
What if he was already Harry?
I was like, just thinking that. Oh, this is so fake.
It's not rough. It's a movie.
People watch movies, they know this.
Makes you what's body at one time.
I know.
Wow. That's great. Thank you.
This dog is fascinating.
I'm gonna
I remember.
Oh my gosh, that's so fake. Oh no.
That's fake. And none of those things really ruined my childhood.
Okay, no. Okay, let me see. Yeah, none of them.
I was gonna be like creepy stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be scarier.
See, that Thomas one. That Thomas one was kind of...
Yeah, the Thomas one wasn't really creepy. It was more sad.
Yeah.
But
and the one about
I gotta see the extra episode. I don't know about the extra episode though.
The one about the people, the kids.
Toks?
Yeah. That's sad. Like
that's
what?
very sad. If that's
Who
true,
thought somebody was a log? Like what?
Yeah.
I look like a person. I look like a person, right? So
I know.
I don't look like a log.
Like what? How do you look like a log? But the whole thing, I never really watched Teletubbies or whatever.
I'm never gonna watch it.
Like, cause no, I seen one thing about Teletubbies that the freaking some kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
It got banned like in the UK. It got banned in heck of places. Like they canceled the show because some kid basically like. Because they thought, because in Teletubbies, I think it was Teletubbies, they have like a TV screen in their stomachs.
What the?
So basically, some kid cut his stomach and then died. Yeah. Sad. Yeah. But the one about the 12-year-old girl was hecka crazy. How she suffocated the friend.
Oh yeah.
A cousin. Yeah, that was terrible. Okay.
So the kid thought there was like a telephone in his stomach.
Yeah, he thought like. Because it's a kid. So he's like, hey, there must be a TV inside my stomach. If the Teletubbies have a TV inside their stomach. So
let me cut it open and see.
Yeah, let me cut my stomach open. And then, yeah, he died. Actually, very sad.
That is very sad.
Yeah. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked today's video. Yeah. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we will be back at y'all with some more bangers. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever we drop another banger. Peace.